mountains are beautiful, but some more beautiful than others. Today our story begins beneath the shadow of Sgurr Eilde Mor, one of the most striking peaks in the Mamores. We set off with no expectations, but with some good company and a plan for perhaps one Munro, maybe more. But as always, the mountain decides. I'm joined today by Daniel, my nephew, Aaron, team photographer to capture the distant peaks, and Jamie, my best pal and mountain buddy since we were lads, who's here just for the climb and the craic. None of us have set foot in this area before, so every step is new. Well, good morning and thank you for joining us again today. We are a few kilometres east of Kinloch Leaving this morning, into a mountain range that none of us have been before, but which Jamie and I have talked about for a very, very long time. I'll introduce you to the team who are all eating their eggs and breakfast at the moment, or brunch should I say. Daniel, my nephew, Jamie, you've seen before, and Aaron. In fact, I think Daniel came with us on the Stub Corrie Dare trip. That was your first Munro actually, wasn't it? Yeah. So we are going to do at least one Munro today, possibly two, possibly three, and indeed possibly four, depending on the conditions, the time and the pace that we're able to maintain. We came up through the forest there was lots of high ferns and nice streams and some birds singing and so forth, but it's been very, very warm today so far. So anyway, we'll have a wee break here and then we'll crack on and make our way up, and we'll show you that when we get there. Nice. Quick demo of Daniel's portering skills here. Daniel, how does it feel to be a porter?
Oh, it feels great.
Yeah, getting a good workout.
Amazing, yeah.
Yeah, this is what happens when you're young and you're in training for athletic activities. It's actually a bonus to be carrying a very, very heavy backpack.
It's all about mentality.
Yeah. Spin round, let's just see what you've got here. So, my water bottle there, my flask of tea here, and his own water bottle there.
And one inside.
And he's got one inside as well.
Daniel, I think you managed to carry everyone else's water.
Yeah.
I've got some in there. I can take that as well if you want. Yeah. Seen you're in training.
Me as well. I'm up for it.
With Daniel carrying everyone's water, we climb beneath Sgurr Eilde Mor and soon reach the lochan that lies beneath the summit of Sgurr Eilde Mor. We stop for food, for some banter, and just to soak in the place. Time ebbs away, but this is why we came. James,
Yeah.
how are you enjoying it?
Very good. 7 kilometres in almost. Nice views at last.
Aaron?
Oh, brilliant. Some of the best mountains here for sure. Have to come back.
Daniel?
Amazing.
Yeah, amazing. What are you eating?
Chilli.
It's chilli. So he had a tub of mince with boiled eggs for breakfast. Now he's having a tub of chilli for his lunch.
Yeah, but really that's the best fuel though, so fair play.
There is nothing better than a banana roll.
Where's the protein?
Honestly. Well, we've been debating whether to go up what you can see as the left-hand side or the right-hand side, and we've decided on the left-hand side. And we can also see Binny and Beg in the distance over there, which is our other main target for 2 Munros today, and then we'll decide whether or not to tackle Binny and Mor and its neighbour. But without wasting too much more time, we're going to pack up and head off up Sgurr Eilde Mor. We've just walked round to the far side of Loch Eilde Mor or lochan, and we're going to go up the south west ridge, which if you have a look here you can see brings us out round to the back of that little crest up there. The lads are already following the very obvious path, which actually curves round to the left initially round this scree, and I presume goes up round the back of what you can see there on the horizon. But it's absolutely fantastic today. We're looking across there at Binnian Beg, and I think that in the distance over to the left is Beg. And back in the distance to the south where we've come from, it's not too obvious at the moment, but you can maybe just about make out the top of the buckle over there. I'll just zoom in because you can actually see Crowberry Tower on the buckle away over yonder. I don't know if that's going to focus properly, but I'll get Aaron to use his camera because he's got quite a good telephoto lens with him that'll allow us to get some decent shots of that to show you some of the fabulous scenery that you see from here. Anyway, lest I annoy my companions, I'll put this camera away for now, and we'll show you some more further up this final ascent path. Well folks, here we are, the summit of Sgurr Eilde Mor. Daniel, well done. Aaron,
Well done.
good. Jamie,
Well done.
yeah. Well, what can I say folks, look at this for a place. That would be the Blackwater Reservoir down there, and then coming round you can see the buckle, with the tip of Crowberry Tower just poking out below the summit, and then there's the hills of Glen Etive with Ben Starrive away in the distance down there. Then you've got Bidian, the highest point there in this group, and in front of that is the Igach Ridge with the drop down from Ambodach visible, and then Ben Avere in the distance down there at Ballachulish with the Pap of Glencoe in front. And you can see what might be today's fourth Munro with Binnian Mor, the highest point in front, and then the unmistakable Ben Nevis, Carnmore Gerarg and the Arret between them in the background, with Beg and Mor in the distance there behind Binnian Beg in front of us, and then spinning over to the right, the grey corries over here. So we're going to get a bite to eat here and a drink, and then head back down the way we've just come up, down this southwest ridge here. And then we'll make a decision about what we're going to do. We have actually spent a lot more time today than we thought. That's us taking just over 5 hours to get here. It's usually meant to be about 3 hours 20, and we could have done it in that speed had we not stopped quite a lot and getting the drone out and so forth. Speaking of which, I think we'll get the drone out and do a wee fly around the summit here as long as the wind dies down a little bit. But yeah, we've lost quite a bit of time, so we'll have a think about the exact plan. But we have identified another route up these two. There's a zigzagging path, I don't know if you can see it zigzagging up there onto this ridge going up to Binnian Mor, and then you could go out and do the other Munro out the back there, and that could be approached from the way we've come in here. So that's a plan B option to do those two another day. Anyway, we'll get the drone up, take some footage, and maybe come back to you when we're back down at Loch Eilde Mor. course, a summit wouldn't be a summit without a packet of salt and vinegar McCoys. Okay, time to head down there, following the guys back down this southwest ridge. There is actually a little kind of exposed section, but you can bypass it by going down to the right. That's what I did. Well, I was on the left on the way up, obviously, but the guys went over it. I went round the side of it. Time slips away, supplies run out. Daniel has no food left, Aaron too. And the clock tells us the truth. There will be no second, third or fourth Munro today. Just the one. Just Sgurr Eilde Mor. But somehow, that feels enough. What did we gain? A summit, yes. But more than that, a shared experience we'll never forget. Not 4 Munros, not even 2, just 1. But 1 was plenty. Okay, we are now back down at the bottom of Sgurr Eilde Mor, which is back up there. We've just taken an inventory of our equipment, food, supplies, etc., as well as the time of the day. That's Binny and Beg over there, and that was going to be our second Munro of the day. But as you can tell by the use of the past tense, we're not going to do it today. It's now 5 p.m. The guys have got to get back well south of Glasgow, so even the walking time back to the car at Kinloch leaving plus the drive time home, and also the fact that Daniel, despite coming with tubs of mince and about 4 or 5 hard boiled eggs, has now only got a couple of peanuts or something left in supplies. So yeah, he's basically scoffed all his grub, and Aaron has got nothing left, nothing at all. No food, no water. He scoffed all of my haribus. So the only people that have got any food left is myself and Jamie, who's now eating his first roast beef sandwich of the day.
Yeah, I was saving it for that Munro there, just so I had something to get the 8 miles back. But
Yeah, so we can't do the rest of the hills today, but I suppose the moral of the story is we've had a great time. I think that's fair to say that, guys, yeah?
absolutely.
We've had a good time. We've introduced Daniel to the...
Third Munro.
That's his third Munro. This is Aaron's, I think, 31st, 32nd, my 103rd, and Jamie's 84th. But it's also Daniel's first Munro as a mountain porter, so he did a great job. We'll be yeah, watch this space. He's going to be a regular feature on the Glen Blavin channel. So anyway, we're going to head back. Thank you very much for joining us today. I'm sorry we didn't get all the hills done that we said we might, but there's one thing for sure, they're still there, and we will come back and do them another day. So hopefully see you then. Thank you.